1 to 105 is when I started getting calls.
5 days after Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by Louisville police officers, former Chief Steve Conrad sat down with the department's public integrity unit to give his account of what happened that night.
And at that point, I was made aware of the fact that Sergeant John Mattingly had been shot.
Conrad told investigators he went to the hospital to see Sergeant John Mattingly. While he was there, he received information about the shooting from officers, including Lieutenant Colonel Josh Judah and Lieutenant Les Skaggs.
Lieutenant Skaggs shared that he had been told that the female, the woman in the house, as officers got that door open, saw her lying on the floor in a prone position, holding a rifle, and that she was the one directing the fire, at them.
Keep walking backwards.
Conrad said things became more confusing when Detective Brett Hankison, who had been involved in the shooting, walked into the ER.
I was surprised by that because, the typical response is that someone from public integrity is usually tasked with keeping up with the officers involved.
According to Conrad, Hankison was visibly shaking as the two spoke.
Not scared, but that kind of nervous sort of energy that you have after something traumatic, happens.
Conrad says he did not ask Hankison any questions, but Hankison told him when Taylor's apartment door was busted down, he saw a man crouched in a combat position holding a rifle and firing, which echoed what he told dispatchers.
10:30, officers encountered rifle, fire, officer down. Subject is still inside, radio barricaded with a long rifle. Looks like an AR.
But Conrad says that story contradicted what Skaggs and Judah had just told him.
I was concerned at that point about this conflicting information, but I also understand that neither Skaggs nor Judah were there at the time of the shooting.
Conrad also said Major Kim Burbrink was with Hankison at the hospital, and she mentioned to him that Hankison was worried about his job. Conrad told investigators he believed Hankison was paranoid because he served on the police merit board and frequently voted against the department when officers were being disciplined or terminated.
I think he was, consistently worried that he'd get in trouble and somehow or another I'd retaliate.
Conrad was fired in June after another officer-involved shooting. Hankison was also fired in June after it was found that he blindly fired 10 shots into the apartment building the night Breonna Taylor died. Denny Camper, WLKY News.